All right, guys. I have this phone coming in today, where there is no sound on the ear headphone here, ear speaker. Okay. Um, yeah. Let's open it up and replace the speaker out. To open up the iPhone, most of the iPhone is only hold by the two screws at the bottom here. So all you need to do, let me get my tools, is to take that out. Now, if it's the X iPhone 10, be careful when you do unscrew this, okay? Because it's very easy to strip the screw on the iPhone X. Only on the X I see that is very easy to strip, but it's out. Usually, what I'll do is I'll put on the heat pad, let it warm up a little bit. As you see here, let me heat pad here where I just left it on here, let it heat up, and then I'm gonna go on and open it up by with alcohol, I guess. So, but as you see, I put on the heat pad. I usually put it on to 90 C and just let it run for a few minutes. All right, guys. A few minutes have been passed. It was on the heat pad. The best way that so far that I got to open these screen up without damaging it is put it on the heat pad for a few minutes and take a razor blade, go between the edges here at the corner, at the bottom, I guess. I don't know if you guys could see that, but trying to squeeze that in and then apply pressure, okay? Don't overdo it because these screens are very light and very easy to get damaged. So once you put that in, just put some rubbing alcohol. I usually do the 91% one. I think that one help a lot more than the 70% one. Okay. So just apply a little pressure as you go. You will see that it start to lift up. Don't overdoing it. Okay. Apply pressure, move as you go. Trying to bend it up, lift it up lightly. Once it's loosened, you could see that it's kind of like pop up. You could squeeze that in underneath it. That's usually what I would do. But it's all depend on like how loose it is. Okay. Once that's done, the other thing you need is some thinner than a razor blade, of course. Put it on the side edges here. There should be two clip holding this screen down. One is around this area and one is from up here somewhere. So what you do is you just had to try to bend it upward, okay, to I guess release that clip. Now when you do this, you just have to feel with your hand, I guess. First, the alcohol help a lot. Best thing to do is the alcohol. Let it soak in there. It will not burn nothing out, okay? It's just alcohol. It's not water. Don't put water or any type of other than alcohol, I guess. And trying to bend it up. Once you do it and it's open, you will hear that it's pop out of place and the screen will lift up, okay? But that is so far the best thing I got so far for dealing open up screen without damaging it. If anybody else know another way that is better than this, please share, because this will help a lot of people, especially repair shop. But you know, to open the phone out without damaging the screen so you can work in the inside is very, very important. But this is the best way I got so far from so many time dealing with them. Okay. Yes, you could use the guitar pick, which I usually use to like cut the glue. But this is the most efficient way that I know so far, and it worked for me really, really well. As you see, I just bend it up, and it's kind of like, if you see the bottom here, I could go in already with it. So it's already out. It's just the top layer is left. So I'm just kind of like bend it up. It's not doesn't need to be perfect, but as you see here, it's already open, right? You can see that big opening. And I usually do that, and I will continue on to the right side of it, just to make sure everything is released before I try to work on the screen. Okay, once that out, you don't really need this anymore. Same exact thing, same exact step. Alcohol, run it up and down, let the alcohol soak in, so it could help you release that glue or tape or whatever that they have there. But this step, I know many people are frustrated with this, because you know you want to be able to go inside the phone and work on it, but to open the screen, the chance of the screen is still working is so little. If you don't have your technique down right, more likely you will damage the screen. And boy oh boy, on the newer phone, this is iPhone 12, so it's not that much, but let's say it was like a 14 Pro Max or 15 Pro Max or 13 Pro Max, those phones, the screen are very expensive. So yeah, to open it up without damaging it is I guess very important. Okay, as you see there, is open. I know it's gonna be hectic, it's gonna be hard for you to see from the top down view like that, but most of it is already out. As you see, I could just open it this way. You don't have to open it all the way, but once you get to here, I think that's good enough. Just glide through, be easy, because at any moment, if you do too fast, it will break the screen. Okay, so just run along the edges here slowly, like you cutting it, kind of not cutting it, but also lifting it up slowly. Okay, that's out of the way. It seemed to be good. It seemed like it never been opened, so that's a good sign. There will be 1-2 screw. I usually open this cap out first. The reason why is I want to disconnect the battery from it. Okay, you disconnect the battery under this cap. Just take that cap out. This is the charging port flex. This is the OC connector, and that little guy right here is the battery connector. Just take that off to release the power, and then up here have 4 screw. So just take that out. Be careful, because I believe the screw on the 12, this one is the longer one. Okay, so be careful on that. Just keep an eye out, see what's different in the screw. But if I remember correctly, most of the time this gets longer. Yep, it is longer. And you don't want to put a longer screw on the wrong spot. All right, excuse me here, sorry about that, guys. Phone call. Yeah, let's continue. Once you take off the 4 screw, just keep in mind this screw is the longest screw. Okay, and just take off the cap. I believe it's this way. You lift up to the, I guess, toward you, because there's a hinge right here. That little hinge is to hold it down. So when you put it back in, you put that hinge in first. All right. After that, just release the flex cable. That, I believe, that is part of what we're gonna work on today. There should be other 2 connector down here. Just pop it up. Now, my recommend is, if you're not good with the tweezer, use your fingernail. If you don't have fingernail, use some plastic. Okay, because you don't want to apply it too much in, because I do see that happen. Just do it lightly, gently, I guess. All right, so the ear speaker is right here. Yes, we could change out this whole entire flex cable with the speaker. You won't have to do any soldering or desoldering. Yes, that will work, but I believe if you do that, the Face ID will not work afterward. Okay, so best thing to do is to take it out and then just change the speaker out from that this flex cable, and then re-put it back in, because it is part, well, where the screw go? It is part of the Face ID problem here. I believe this is your Face ID 3D scanner thing here, that you need to use that same one, because once you replace it out, the Face ID will not work. Okay, and for this part, just trying to, I guess, wiggle it and bend it upward. It hold by a little bit piece of tape, so it's not that major. Just take it easy and just trying to flip it up. And this guy is another microphone here. Just slides it in and lift it up. And as you see, I don't know if you can, let me focus. Okay, there's 1, 2 connection here that you need to desolder to take the flex cable off and put a new speaker on. So not too hard. Like, go in the back room with me, and then we'll work on it with the soldering iron. All right, sorry for a little wiggling hand, guys. As you see, there's 1 dot here and 1 dot here, and this whole thing is holding by this flex cable, so you have to remove the flex up and desolder it out. Okay, all right, guys, sorry for the view, but this is how you do it. I'm trying to add the microscope camera with it, so please bear with me. I know it's going to be a little bit tricky, but as you see here, just lift this part up. It's just part of the flex, so trying to go squeeze in between and lift it up. And as you see, the flex is released, and you can see that the flex join here and here. So you just have to release that desolder that two connector out, connection out, and put the new speaker in. Okay. So let's do that. It's gonna be a little bit tricky for me, but just bear with me here. Simple job, just heat and release onto it, and that's out of the way. This is the whole speaker itself. I got another piece here, so we could just put it on and call it a day. Fast and simple, and we put everything back into place for the customer. Okay, same way you take it out, same way you put it in. The good thing is this is not too technical, so sorry guys, again I do apologize. What it is, I gotta pick a phone call. But let me try to squeeze this into the view so you can see it. I gotta get a different microscope camera, I guess, or something like that, because it's hectic for me to work like this. Anywho, that's not our point today. Should be simple enough, because they're glue on there already, so it's hold everything in place. You just have to hold this down with something and just run it. Don't have to be perfect. You could dap solder piece on it later, but for now you just want it to melt and make the connection. And this one look like it's really done, but it look good. So yeah, I think that's all you need. Let's clean it up, make sure it's connected. Yep, it's a little bit gooey stuff, which is fine. Okay, let go and put it back into the phone, I guess. Actually, let me at least clean this up with some alcohol to make it look clean. I don't think it's matter because we didn't even use any flux on it, but just to play safe and clean that out. That's fine. Does that look good to you? I'm gonna use some solder onto that, but yeah, I definitely need to get a a different setup microscope for the camera here, because with the camera recording I can only do with one eye, and with one eye you could see it, but not as with two eye where you could know how far you are, how close you are. So I'm gonna have to invest into at least trying to invest into a different microscope here. Anyway, that's that. It looked good. I'm just gonna bring it back to the phone and put everything back now. Alright guys, I'm gonna put this back in the same way that we take it out. There is this light sensor right here. Just make sure it sit in that little square box first or last, don't matter, but just make sure it sit in there, because otherwise you're not gonna see anything. Okay, in the same way, should be easy enough. Just put it back, 4 screw to hold it down. Check this. 2 of the screw on the right side here, the one I'm working on is Philip. And these 2 are the TriStar one, and this little flat big one is for the bottom here. Okay, and the smaller one is for this one. Shouldn't be too hard. It's only 4 screw. Same way we take it out, same way we put it back in. There's one connector for the LCD at the bottom here. Just make sure you feel that click when you click into it. And if it's not, don't force it, because you will damage the connector. Okay, I do see that happen before. If the connector on the motherboard on the phone side is bent, boy, you're gonna need a microscope to work on it. All right. Last thing last, let's turn it on. Just make sure that it's turned on, and we could put everything back the way it is. I don't see anything turning on. I'm trying to plug it in and see if it works. For some weird reason, it's just the power button. I'm trying to press on it, it don't work, and so sometimes you have to plug in. But it's turning on, so it should be okay. Same way, the longest screw is up top here. You know, when you take these screws out, I think it's best to lay it the way that it's the same way as it's laid in here, like that. So you cannot miss it. Like 2 on the left, 1 at the bottom, 1 on top, whatever position that is in, just lay it the way that it is. It will help you a lot. Right, let's do that. 2 screw here. Everything look good. Put it back down. Two screw to hold it in place. Let me zoom in. Focus. right. Now let's test, see if the sound works. Sound. Okay, yeah. Seems like it's working. Perfect. How I test is I put it on sound and I just play a ringtone. And if you cover one of the bottom here, there's not a speaker. The loudspeaker is here. If you cover this up, you should be able to hear from there. And it seems like it's working. So job well done. I hope you guys liked the video. And I guess I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching.